Okay, so I am driving to Santa Barbara, and I'm trying to just budget this entire trip. 30 minutes freestyling, 30 minutes listening to music, 30 minutes talking to people, 30 minutes podcast, 30 minutes recording, just so I can get through this trip in a fun way where I spend a good amount of time alone. But I thought this would be a good time to reflect on 2020 and record my goals for 2021 and what I kind of see for myself in the future, near future, and at least this next year. I don't really want to plan after that, but for this next year, what my goals and plans are, just so I can draw some sort of like mark, and I can see at the end of the year how close I reached it. I think for a lot of times I never really drew a mark, so you can never really tell whether the year was successful or not. And I think doing that for your life, just having a goal, because okay, this is one thing I noticed. A lot of people say this. They say, let me see if it's recording. Is it recording, bro? What the fuck is this bullshit? Okay, it's recording. Alright, we're good. Okay, so a lot of people say that, hey, like, what my parents did worked, right? I mean, I turned out fine. Like, I feel like that's such a common sentiment. I mean, I think I turned out fine. If you're listening to this, you probably think you turned out fine. Everyone thinks they turned out fine. Who the fuck didn't turn out fine, But if that's true, then okay, so we have to first make a first assumption. Is there a better person? Is it possible to be better than another human being? Especially, let's say that you can make tiers, but in a tier, can you genuinely be better than another person, right? So if we assume that, yes, people can actually be objectively graded on how they're doing in life and they can be better than other people, then that's not true that everyone turned out fine. Because you have to compare yourself up to that metric and be like, okay, I passed this certain mark, therefore I am or I am not fine. But just being like alive and thinking you're doing enough is not enough of a validation to be considered I did fine. So based on that, I think everyone should, for themselves, draw a metric for what it means for them to have lived a good life. I mean, at least for that year, like, of course it changes. I mean, what you think a good life in 10 is not going to be the same when you're 20 or, blah, 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 moving forward. So it's just that, but having that metric, at least at some point, gives you some sort of metric to measure yourself on. Whether your metric can be used to objectively measure all human beings, most likely not. But at least to measure your own success, I think it can be done. So I want to record this for that purpose. So 2020, let's see how the whole year was nuts, man. Started out, break that freaking Azita situation, fucking crazy. And then the whole fucking Danielle thing. That's how my year started. My grandmother dying. It went Azita, grandmother, Danielle. It was just a lot of like, but I feel like I am very jaded in that I don't really feel anything. So I felt sad, but I don't think I felt sad about any of those particular things. I think it was just the fact, oh my God, it's beautiful. I'm going around these trees, it's fucking gorgeous. But I think like what it really, brought to my eyes is just like, I don't know what really made me sad about those things. I don't know if it was the fact that those people left me, or if it was the fact that I was just lonely at that point, and not having them there made me feel really sad about that. Because I think that is a big difference. Whether it's about that individual or it has completely to do with myself. So I think the Danielle thing really shook me, just because it was like, what the fuck? Like, I was honest with you, but it really opened my eyes for the future, and it showed me, it was a great mirror that showed me, hey, like, you actually do have a lot of sexual anxiety, like, it really changed my perspective on how I viewed sex, women, and just made me understand that for me, if I intimately interact with a woman, it means I care about them. And when I say care about them, it means I like the way they think about the world. So I realized that I can't just enter that with any woman and just like close myself off, and I realized that was what was happening actually today. It was that, to me, when I enter a place where I'm showing my whole body, like, any sexual interaction, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to treat that woman as if I'm dating. I don't think I'm capable of being closed off in that moment. But I think what happens is, after hooking up, the reality of how I really feel about that person catches up to how I feel when I hook up with them. So, like, let's say, no matter who it is, If it's a woman, I'm going to give them my all when I'm hooking up with them. But let's say outside of that hookup, I don't actually really fuck with them. I'm not going to, at that moment, feel like that's where that dissonance comes for me. You know, where it's like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, because you don't really fuck with them, you know? And I think, like, if I love the way you think, even after we finish having sex, the way you think is going to be the same. You know, that's a pretty constant thing there. So, and when I say I like the way you think, it's not that I agree with you on everything you think about. It's like, I like the way you have come to the conclusion that you have come to. You know, when I say I like the way you think, you could completely disagree with everything I believe. But if you have that logic in place to believe what you believe, like, that's what I like. You know, I think, to me, that's what's very attractive in a woman. So, just people, honestly. So yeah, that's how the year started. Rough start. It really put me in a place of like, fuck, man, like, I'm super lonely, you know, and I don't really remember how the rest of that year went by. I remember, I think that was the quarter me and John became a lot closer. And so because of that, we really talked through everything, and I think I got to a better place that quarter because of John. And I think we both helped each other a lot, honestly, for the time that it was. I think as a whole, John may or may not have been a toxic presence in my life for certain reasons, but I think for, you know, that quarter, what we were to each other was really special, and it was nice. So I'm glad that happened. So after that, life continued as it does, and this was before COVID started. I remember, like, me and Yusuf, it was the last time I saw Yusuf. I was like, damn, he was going back home. It was like, damn, man. And I remember coming home for that month after COVID started, like March to April, and I remember that was like a big difference for me. I was taking classes online. I really enjoyed being home. It wasn't like I was quarantining, so I was like kind of hanging out with friends, but mainly being at home, spending a lot of time with my parents. Was nice. And then I went back to school in San Diego, and that's when I think like something shifted, and I was like, damn, like I can't just sit at home and be comfortable and shit. I gotta actually do shit. So I came back and I really realized, like, you know, Dan, Umar, and John, they're cool, but they're not the really, really good friends that I thought I would make in college, you know. And when I first started, even in the beginning, like, I thought those were going to be the people that I knew forever, you know. But unfortunately, it didn't end up like that. I really realized that, and I feel like I stopped trying in that last. I was like, fuck it, I don't really care, you know. But moving out was crazy. The whole thing was a crazy experience. We were done. And then I moved to fucking the new San Diego house with Milo and Gonzo. That changed my life. It really just opened me up to existentialism, just understanding the purpose of why I do things, how to enjoy life, be in the present, do things that make you happy, be okay with yourself. That 2 months that I was there changed my life. I was really happy for that, man. Really beautiful. Then I came home for 3 months, took the GRE, applied to schools, finished the Coursera classes, started doing all this shit, really productive. Then I went to Hawaii. Hawaii changed my life. Realized that, okay, like, you know, all these events, just, if you look, you can find purpose and meaning and lessons from everything you do. You know, just walking, you can find a lesson in walking. If you're always looking, you'll find something in everything, you know, and I think I do a good job of that. And so in Hawaii, again, my life changed. The direction, it really taught me to chill more. Like, more and more things just teach me to chill. But it also taught me to be industrious, to fucking make money. Go fucking make a shit ton of money. Like, go do it. Why not? Like, go do those things. Go work hard. Go, like why just fucking chill and do nothing? Why be a bum, you know? So, like, I don't know. That's what hanging out with Sanjeev, Tia, Deep. Mainly Sanjeev and Deep. Also Tia. But Tia taught me a lot of other things, you know? She was very kind. So that was awesome, man. I really liked that trip. It just happened. I just came back. But now I'm driving to Santa Barbara. So, shit, next chapter of my life. But yeah, man, so 2020, I would say, looking at it, it was good, man. It taught me a lot, and I read a lot. I read a ton. Started the book club, man. A lot of accomplishments and successes in 2020, dude. Like, a lot. Got my job, got a raise, graduated college, finished all my classes, graduated 3.0. That's a big deal, man. GRE, fucking applied everywhere, learned a lot of machine learning, learned a lot of data science, sang a lot, started playing the saxophone, so many accomplishments. Like, really, it was a very successful year for me. And so, I'm proud of it. I grew a lot as a person. So that's good. So that's good 2020. So if I had to rate it, I mean, the thing is, I don't know what a 10 is, what a 1 is, but, you can always just throw every year in the 70s and be like, it could be better, it could also have been worse, so it's not a meaningful metric, anything I say. But let's say what I want from 2021. Okay, 2021, I really want to get over this masturbation thing. I mean, I've been saying it for years, maybe 2 years now, but I did 1 month. Oh yeah, I accomplished a 1 month masturbation. Wow, last year was a lot of accomplishments. My podcast, tons of things were accomplished in 2020, man. Like, to me, it was a big year for me. The poetry, wow, yeah, 2020 was big for me, man. So 2021, I mean, a lot of things ahead of me, man. It just started, but this masturbation thing, I'm gonna get over. Like, I've gone to a healthy masturbation point now. That I've noticed, because of Hawaii, from a toxic place, it is much more healthy now. So I can move it forward by slowly making it more healthy, but also cutting down the time that I'm doing it. So in the Santa Barbara trip, I really want to focus on that, get that out the way. Use these opportunities to live with other people as a booster to just completely... What I realize is the main problem for me is the images that are locked in my head, the sexual images that people have. I want to refresh all of those. I want to reboot all of the ones from when I was young. And how you do that is you just see less sexual images. And when you do that, the slowly, like, think about it, the things you were getting turned on to when you were 12 or 15 is now all released from your mind. So I want to remove a lot of those and replace it with more like positive, or more like, I don't know, something else, like some other fact or something else. I want to replace that in my memory. There's so much like sexual memory in there. I don't want that much stored to it, clean that up in my brain. So that's my goal of all of this. So that's why even if I masturbate but don't watch things, I think that's okay. Honestly, I think that's fine with me, because you can recollect the old points, but you're not necessarily getting new ones. That's the main thing. So TikTok, all of these things, like, so much softcore porn everywhere, man. You need to stop all of that so your brain can just reset. It'll be nice. But yeah, so that's one thing I want to focus on 2021. Another thing, I want to get into grad school. I want to make money, man. I want to be more industrious. I want to actually save. So one thing I want to do is I want to write my expenses down. I want to see what my expenses are, how much am I making. Actually take good track of that. Don't just... So we started now, right? You're going to write at least your expenses. I mean, maybe you can work on your income later. You could even start that now. Write that $500 for that January. Write a good expense income sheet, and it'll look good, man. It'll be good for you. Invest. So let's start making good life decisions, so when you make money, you're set. You don't need to wait for something to make good habits. So that will be a good habit. Another good habit, journaling, doing this daily night journal, man. Not even daily, just every other day, every day. When something enough in your mind has come up to be like, damn, I want to let go of all those things in my mind and talk about it. I want to just let it out. Whenever you feel kind of pent up from all the things you've thought about, let it out. So record one every 2-3 days. It'll be nice to just have that, and that's something I want to make a habit. Singing, saxophone, music, poetry, art. I want to make that a daily activity that I do. Not something I do once in a week. Something you practice every day. You tone. It's an art. It's a craft. Improve all the time at that. It'll be good for your life. It'll be good for your mental. It'll be good for everything. So that's something I want to focus on. I want to focus on developing better relationships with people I really like. And what that would most likely mean is meeting new people. I want to meet new people and really develop those relationships, right? Because, I want to dance more, man. I want to learn how to dance. I want to dance more. I want to dance better. I want to do all those things, man. Definitely, like, a lot of improvement to be made in a lot of aspects of my life. So, it'll be good. That'll be really exciting. The way I think, the way I read, I think that naturally comes. There's no, like, end goal to necessarily be like, I want to think like this by the end of the month. Just keep learning, keep observing, be present, and your mindset will automatically change to adapt to what you need, for your life. Better or worse, who knows? In terms of drinking, I think you have a really good balance of drinking right now, where you don't drink hard, you don't drink that much. When you do drink, you drink a little bit of wine. That's it. I think it's a good balance for you. I'm going to go to Santa Barbara, but I definitely would like to not smoke that much. Just better for your lungs, you as a person, who you are, things you want to do. yeah, take good care of your health. A lot of water. Water is key to everything, man. Water, workout. You got the way. Eat better, man. Try to hit 170. Maybe 170 will be good for you. Maybe by the end of this month, you can try to hit 170. That's 5 pounds. 168. You can shoot for 168 and see how that goes. It's like 3-4 pounds. It's a pound a week. You can do that. Eat well. Work out. It will come. In terms of traveling, I want to learn how to travel lighter. I've been traveling really heavy, way more stuff than I need. I'd like to be able to one bag for all my clothes, all my beauty products, everything, and then my backpack for my laptop and camera. That's it. It should be that light. It's not this. This is a ridiculous amount of stuff you need. But that's okay, no problem. You'll learn. I'd like to have more than 15 grand by the end of the year. 15-20 grand will be nice to have saved up. And then from there on, it's hundreds, next year, like once I get a job, hundreds and hundreds. But then, yeah, man, just be present. At the end of the day, that's the most important. Like, there's nothing more to it. Live every moment as if it's your last. Really be present. That's it, man. That's all there is to life. All this other shit is just other stuff. All you have is this life. So, you're doing a good job of really knowing that and living by that. So keep doing that. I think you can start writing poetry again. I think if you do, maybe one a month, even one poem a month will be beautiful, man. You write the January poem and boom, it's a poem. Like, poetry was beautiful, man. It really was a good outlet for you, and you learned a lot of words. Yes, words, vocab. I want to do 5 words a day. Like, I want to get my vocabulary much higher, and I want to speak Tamil when I'm in Boston with Mahesh. All I want to do is speak Tamil. I want to get good at Tamil. Like, I want to, expand my mind to be able to speak another language and get good at it. That's another skill I'd love to have. Apart from that, I want to be more clean. I want to clean my car, have my car clean. I want to, make sure I'm doing my bed, my clothes every day. I want to make sure that's something you wake up and do. Brush your teeth twice a night. Take care of yourself at night before you sleep. Sleep earlier. Don't sleep too late. Sleep before 11:30 every day. Before 12 every day. Sleep, sleep in the PM. Don't go to the AM. Talk to your professors. Get more research under your belt. These are all good things that I think will really benefit you and your life and your goals and aspirations. And I think I have a good mind, but you got to stay disciplined and keep at it, And I think 2021 will be a really prosperous year for you as well. Just keep focused, laser focus and keep moving forward. If you die along the way, you die. But that does not mean you should stop trying. So don't ever stop trying. Just keep going. But apart from that, man, I'm really proud of you for everything you did and everything you got through 2020. You've really improved as a human being and in a lot of essential ways, and you're kinder and you're more empathetic, and you give a shit about people and everything you wanted to be when you were younger. I feel like you're becoming now, who you wanted to be when you're a kid is honestly who you are now, and I'm really proud of that. And the future is all yours, and it's a blank slate, and really appreciate what you have and keep going. Do both at the same time. It's tough, but I'm really proud of you. So thank you. I love you. Bye.